Hi, welcome to day 5 of my 30-day sculpting challenge. And I'm actually quite surprised that I've been this consistent so far. But I've got to keep learning and pushing myself each day. So this time, instead of doing a creature mashup or a human or an alien, I decided to use a totally random prompt. And it came up with a stone guardian. And I thought, oh, that's actually pretty interesting. It's non-organic, so that makes it a totally different challenge than I've done so far. So first I generated a few reference images so that I could get started quickly, and then I added a bit of extra prep. I took those images into Photoshop and blocked out the main forms. And something kind of funny happened here. Even if you use the proper techniques and workflows, they're pretty useless unless you actually know how to use them. And I understand that these are separate forms, and maybe it would be even clearer if I sculpted them individually or even used the reference directly behind my sculpt. But working with a single mesh, I found it really hard to translate that information. Maybe that just comes down to practice. What became obvious pretty quickly is that non-organic forms need a completely different approach. Everything is sharp and flat instead of rounded and mushy, which is what I've been getting used to. I spent over a half an hour just trying to get the face to feel somewhat right. And even then, it was a struggle. It completely threw off the rhythm that I built from the previous sculpts. I tried limiting myself to the Trim Dynamic and Dam Standard brushes because every time I touched the clay buildup, everything just immediately started getting soft and rounded again. I'd fall into this cycle of light strokes, smoothing, light strokes, smoothing, over and over. Normally, if I had more time, I wouldn't even attempt something like this in ZBrush. I'd probably just jump straight into Maya for hard surface modeling. So at this point, I'm genuinely wondering, is this even the right way to do this, or is there just a better workflow that I haven't learned yet? I know there's other brushes like the Move Topological brush, but is that even the right approach? In the last few minutes, I pulled myself away from the head and rushed through a rough torso just to get the sense of the overall form. And I've got to admit, this one was really tough. I'm proud that I was able to get anywhere near the reference, and I'm humbled that there's so much work to do to actually get good at this. But hey, that's another day of consecutive modeling. What do you guys think I should sculpt next? I'll see you in day 6.